This survival house tutorial is absolutely amazing. It has farms underneath, not much resources you need in order to be able to build this survival house tutorial. So without further ado, let's get into this amazing survival house tutorial.
So welcome back to this Minecraft tutorial. Let's jump right in. We're going to start by building up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what we're going to do is we are going to start by building our stairs up. We're going to build our stairs 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to obviously build underneath our stairs. Then we're going to build above. Then we're going to build underneath. Then we're going to build above. Then we're going to build underneath. And we're going to build above just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to build stairs on the side, oak logs to the same length as that. Then we're also going to build oak logs on this part right here and oak logs on this part right here, as you guys can see. So now that that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to count across from here, and we're going to count across with our fences. We're going to use oak fences, and we're going to count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Then we're going to build up to the same height as that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the same over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to build up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then now that that is done, what we now need to do is we need to get ourselves some stairs, and we need to place them underneath here. I'm going to place stairs underneath here, like this. Stairs underneath like this. Then we need to go over here, and we need to do the same, like this. And then what we need to do is we need to do the same here. So along this edge, place stairs underneath, and here, place stairs underneath. So there we go. As you guys can see, that's what the start should look like. Then what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to count. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then we're going to place up from here 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the same with the fences, bring them all the way back until this part right here, where we're going to add ourselves our oak logs and build it all the way to the top, the same height as that, and then build our fences all the way like this. There we go. And then what we now need to do is we need to connect it up with our oak stairs like this all the way across. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to do the same across here. Across here. Oh my god, this is so hard to place. I would recommend, well, I'm giving the tutorial, so we'll just you know what, let me not confuse you guys. Just keep placing the stairs. Oh my god. Okay, let's just keep placing the stairs. Wait, am I recording? Okay, we are recording. Apologies, but I just had to double check. Okay, let's keep doing this all the way around. All the way around. There we go. So now that's done, in the middle spaces, of course, what we want to do is we want to fill in our oak planks. And then, yeah, that's what we want to do. So in all this area here, we're going to fill in the oak planks. And I'm just going to use my tool to do that because it's much more convenient. So let's just do that now. Okay, I'm just filling in this area. Don't mind me. So you just place by hand. I'll just use this mod to do it pretty quickly. Yep. That's all I can really say. And then let's just fill in this area here. There we go. There we go. So pretty awesome, pretty amazing. Okay. So now that that is done, our next stage is to, of course, add this oak logs here, 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 and here, and of course here, and of course here. Looking pretty amazing. So that is pretty much the frame for this build. And then of course what we want to do is we want to add the fences on the edge here, and then we're going to add the fences on the edge here too, like this. And then we're going to add fences on the edge here like this, all the way along the edge, and then fences along the edge, along this edge over here, and then fences along this edge too. And then fences along this edge and this edge like that. So that's basically this first sort of thing that we have. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to continue on with the build. So we're now going to be building the actual structure of the house, which is going to be situated on top of the platform. Underneath, we don't really need to figure it out right about now. But yeah, we're going to start this build right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by building ourselves the doors first. No, in fact, that's confusing. Let's start by building ourselves the wall first. So for the walls, So now what we want to do is we want to start by building ourselves our oak logs. We want to count back 1 or 2. Well, not actually, don't place it. Just count back 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, and then build across 1, 2, 3. Place your oak log. Do the same over here. 1, then 2, then 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one, like that. So there should be a 2-block gap here and a 2-block gap here, and that is where you want to do it. Then we want to build up 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 2, 3, just like that. Then in the middle here, we want to once again build up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. And then what we want to do in the middle is we want to add ourselves oak planks, like that. And then here we want to add ourselves oak planks as well. And then here we want to add ourselves oak planks too. So then what we're going to do is we're going to build this all the way back. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 8th block, build up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to count all the way across, all the way until this point right here. As you guys can see, it lines up perfectly. Build up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then build in this wall here. And then we're going to do the same for this wall over here. Build in this wall and build in this wall. There we go. And then now that that's done, what we're going to do is we're going to build in a wall here. Like this. I'm going to build on a wall here. There we go. And then now that that is completely done, what we are going to do is we are going to add ourselves the details. So for the details, we're going to need to add ourselves some glass. Let's place glass there. So we're going to knock out an area for the door, of course. Knock out this area. Place the door firstly. Then, of course, on this side right here, we're going to, of course, knock out 4 for the window. Then we're going to knock out 4 here. Then what we're going to need to do is along here, we're going to need to knock out some windows. So here we're going to knock out 2. Then we're going to knock out 2 here. Then in the middle, we're going to knock out 2 just like that. So we're going to place 2, 2, and 2. Then along this side, we're going to do the same. 2, 2, and 2. And then with glass like that. And then we're going to put glass here as well. And then glass there also. And then so now that that is done, as you guys can see, this house is actually starting to take shape. We can now start to add some finer details on the outside. So on the outside, each one of these, we're going to place that, that, and that. Cobblestone stairs going underneath. And then we're going to do the same here, here, no, here, here, and here. And then now that that is done, we just need to start working on our roof. Now for our roof, it's going to be fairly simple. We're just going to have like, so for this area, what we want to do is we want to get ourselves our cobblestone, and we want to use our cobblestone building on the right hand side. And we want to build up like this, build on the edge like this. And then on the edge, we want to build like this, and then do the same on this side. Build all the way across, and then build all the way across. And then what we need to do now is we are going to use our middle bits, and we are going to build this up 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this area right here, like that. And this middle area right here, we're going to knock out 1 space for a window, like that. Then we're going to copy that what we did just here on the back. So as you guys can see, just line it up and place 1, 2, 3, and then line it up and place 1, 2, 3. Place the wood. And leave the space for the window just like that, as you guys can see. So just like the front, we just added that on the back. So next thing we want to do now is we want to add ourselves our little, I don't know what you call this, but a little thing. So starting here, what we're going to do, so we're starting here actually, we're going to place, I don't know which block this is, but starting right here, we're going to place stairs going left. And then starting here, we're also going to place stairs going left like that. So then we're going to place this going underneath, this going underneath, this going above. This going above, this going underneath, this going underneath, then this going above, this going above, then over here, underneath, underneath, then above, then above, then underneath, underneath, and above, just like that. So as you can see, it looks like there's 2 small parts of this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this gap, 2, fill in this gap, 2. Then what we want to do is the same thing that we just did on the front, we want to do on the back. So right here, we want to do over and then here, just as you guys can see, leaving a 1 block gap in the middle, then underneath, underneath, over, over, underneath, underneath, and then underneath, over, and then underneath, over, underneath, 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 and then over like this. Okay, as you guys can see, all we're gonna do is place one here, place one there, and then place one there, and place one there. And then the only thing we need to do now is, of course, continue this design on. So we're going to use our oak wood stairs. I'm going to build all the way across. And then we're going to also, what we're going to do now with the wood is we're going to extend this out. And then extend this out. Do the same on this side. Extend this out. And then extend this out. And then we're now going to use our oak stairs and place all the way across the top like this. And then place this across the top. There we go. And then we're going to place this across the top with our normal stairs. There we go. And then we're going to place this across the top like that. There we go. So as you guys can see, that's what that should look like. And then now that that is done, we're now going to do the top bit. So on either side, we're going to add ourselves an oak wall full of oak planks like this. There we go. And then we're going to do this. And then on this side, we're going to build this. There we go. And then we're going to do that. So now that that's done, we now need to continue on with this small design. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this build up by 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this up by 1, place that there, come over here, place that there, place that there. I know that wasn't helpful, but we're just adding wood on all corners. Once we've added wood on all corners, we're going to add oak planks in between the gaps. And once we add oak planks in between the gaps, we're now going to add ourselves another roof, a very similar roof to one that we just had just here. So what we now need to do with our cobblestone stairs is we're going to place them along the edge here like this, and then extend it by 1, extend it by 1. Then across here, we're going to do the same, extend it by 1 all the way along here. There we go. And then we're going to do underneath, 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 and then over, and then over. Then underneath, underneath. And then, of course, we are going to do the same here. Underneath, underneath, over. Then underneath, then over. Then over. Then underneath. Then over. And then, yeah, as you guys can see, it should lead towards a middle point. And at the middle point, what we're going to have is we're going to have cobblestone in the middle. Cobblestone in the middle. And then we're going to get ourselves a cobblestone slabs right here. And then there we go, cobblestone slabs all the way across the top like that. And then we're gonna have ourselves oak stairs all the way along the top like this. And then oak stairs all the way along this top like this. There we go. And then oak stairs all the way along the top like this. There we go. So there we go. So that's pretty much how the house is looking right now. Let's add the wood in the middle of the gaps. Awesome. And then you also want to add the wood in the middle of the gaps right there. There we go. So that is pretty cool. And yeah, as you guys can see, what we now want to do is we now want to add ourselves the extra details. So the extra details include the floor and the farm. So of course, starting here, what we want to do is add ourselves the layer of wood like that. Then once you're inside, you want to just add ourselves the window, extend it out by 3 blocks, but destroy it first like that, as you guys can see. Let's exit. And of course, oh my God. Okay, I don't know why that got destroyed, but as you guys can see, that's how that looks. And then the next thing we want to do is, of course, add a way to access this. So at the back here, the back corner, we're just going to get ourselves a ladder. Then we're going to place the ladder down here like this. And then, of course, that's how you access that area. There we go. So now that that is done, the next thing for us to do now is for us to add some more details. And like I said before, the farm. So for the underneath area, what we want to do is we want to have ourselves a farm. So of course, we're going to be able to access this farm either one of 2 ways, either on this side or either on that side. So we're going to need to get ourselves some fence gates. We're going to get ourselves the oak fence gates. Let me double check I'm recording. We are. Wow. Okay, we are. Okay, so let's put the fence gates here and here. And place 2. Is that correct? It doesn't really matter. And then place fence gates like on this side and on this side. And then you can just enter it. And then so now underneath here, what we want to do is we want to have a decent farm. So on either side, in fact, it does make sense. I forgot the tutorial. On either side here and here. No, oh my God, I'm sorry for destroying everything. Here and there. And then in the middle, we're going to have fences because that's where the crops are going to be. So down here, what we want to do is we want to add ourselves all the cobblestone, either cobblestone or wood. But I'm going to add cobblestone because it's a very easy material to get your hands on. So add cobblestone all the way down here. And I've not forgot to mention, but around this edge, what we want to do is we want to add ourselves cobblestone. So around the bottom of this, like this, add yourselves cobblestone. And then around the edge, so around this, in fact, it's easier if I don't know the code for the block, so I'm gonna have to just place it by hand. But let's just keep placing this because that looks really cool. Then around the back here, there we go. Let's build the cobblestone all the way around the edge. There we go, all the way around the edge. Then around this edge and around that edge too. Don't know what that's doing there. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And then around here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And then let's do this. And then now that that is done, as you can all see, we can now add the pathways. So the pathways should be built out of wood, but you can, of course, have them out of cobblestone if you want to. But the pathways are not the important parts. The parts that are important are the actual farms themselves. So, of course, on either side, we're going to have the farms. So we're going to destroy this area, this layer, and then we're going to destroy this layer. So you can actually walk on it, this layer all the way to the end, and all the way to the end, and then all the way to the end. And I'm now realizing that this side isn't all the way to the end. Which one of them? Okay, this one isn't to the end. So it needs to be right on the end. That's where the farm should be. So I shouldn't have destroyed this. It needs to be right on the end. So now that that's right on the end, we need to get ourselves some wooden blocks and then place it so that we can walk it down. Then we need to do the same on this part right here. And then we need to do the same over here. And then we need to do the same here. Like that. So now that we've done this, what we now need to do is we need to connect it. So we're going to count our blocks. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 or 8. No, let me just count again. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the 7th block, we're going to build across like this so that we could walk across. And then we're going to build all the way across like this with our wood. So now we're going to have different areas for different crops, which is really cool. And then what we're also going to do is inside each one, we're going to add more water. So on either side, what we want to do is in the middle here, add water. Down here, add water. Down here, add water. So you can see we've got this perfect grid system. And then down here, add water. Nope. Down here, add water. Down here, add water. Then down every other one, as you guys can see, add water. Or in fact, I just did it wrong. It's supposed to be in the middle, Lamar. But yeah, let's just change that. And then, as you guys can see, it's supposed to be like this. There we go. My God, I can't believe I made that small mistake. Destroy this. And destroy this. As you guys can see, this area here, there's not really much going to be here except the chests. So for the water, let's add that now. And then let's place that there. Place the water. Let's go. Place all this water. There we go. There we go. Place the water. There we go. There we go. Place the water. There we go. And as you guys can see, that's basically what we want. Now, of course, we want to, you know, hoe the land, and then once we hoe the land, plant the seeds and stuff like that. So it's pretty much up to you where you want to plant, what you want to plant. You can plant carrots, potatoes. I forgot what the other things are called, but you can plant wheat, potatoes, carrots, all the stuff, and yeah, it will look absolutely brilliant. So now that this is all done, let's add the actual final touches of the build so that everything is going to be looking good and looking great. And yeah, so let's do that. And then now let's add the final area. So this area downstairs, you don't want to keep going upstairs, so we're going to add some chests. So we're going to add some chests here, 2 chests here, 1 here, 1 there. In fact, that looks terrible, but either way, it doesn't matter. Realistically, you can just add chests here if you want it to be neater. But this area right here is going to be where you keep the majority of your stuff. I'd recommend having chests all around here because this area is exactly where... I don't know why it won't let me place the chest there. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. As you guys can see, we got this area here, and then pretty much you can add whatever you want here. So it's very, 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 you know, very neat and very tidy. And then on the side here, we want to add the wood, building it up to the top. Same for this part, just to keep things tidy. There we go. So yeah, that is pretty much the house. And now, of course, it does lack a bit of detail. So let's add some more detail. So for some extra detail, what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves the flower pots like this. And then we're going to add ourselves some sunflowers. Flower pot. Nope, that's a door. Flower pot, sunflower. Well, I don't know why that's not working. Doesn't really matter which flower you add, as long as it's one that you like. So we go around here. And we're going to add ourselves some flowers. There we go. And then, of course, we need to add the lanterns because, you know, things get dark, creepers, zombies, all that cool stuff. So, yeah, we're going to add the lanterns on the corner here, corner here, corner here, corner here, corner there. We could add one in the middle as well, but that's overkill, so we're not going to do that. And then we're going to add another one here, and then another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here. And then underneath here, because of course this is a dark area, we're going to want to make sure we add lanterns, because if we don't, you know, you'll get mobs and stuff. So we want to, okay, just move. And then we want to add one like right here on the corner, right here on this corner. Then on every like place where there's one of these, just add one above. So like every corner right here, just add one, as you guys can see. Well, not there, right above you. There we go. And then as you guys can see on the corner here too, and on the corner here too, because you can't add it on the stairs, so you have to just add it on the corner, as you guys can see. So each corner should have one, and each middle bit should have one, as you guys can see. And then we can add one here too, and then add one here too as well, like that. So that is this underneath area. Then of course underneath here and underneath here. So every end of every path should have one, as you guys can see. So it's nicely lit, brightly lit. And we've got a nice farm area underground. And lastly but not leastly, you can add some even extra details to make things even better if you wish. So for those of you that want that extra detail, you know, because the outside of this looks a bit boring or looks a bit dry, what you can do is you can add yourself some stairs like this. So we're gonna get ourselves some stairs, and we're gonna place the stairs like here, no, underneath here, here, and then on like the corner there. And then we can place lanterns, and then we can place lanterns here and lanterns here. And you can go around the build adding as many lanterns as you want. But for me, that's overkill, and I like the simplicity, and I think you guys like the simplicity of this house too. Very simple, very easy to build, not many resources, not much resource intensive. And yeah, this is a really nice cute survival house. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like. I'm going to go ahead and continue farming in my new little house. If you guys do enjoy the video, you know, a like's always cool. And I guess I'm going to see you guys in the next video. So I will see you guys